Imagine a voice so versatile that it could whisper seduction, roar rebellion, or cradle nations' heartbreak. A voice that outlived empires of melody. That voice fell silent on April 12, 2026 at 92. India wept, the world paused. This is Asha Bhosle, the voice that refused to be defined. Born on September 8, 1933 in Sangli, Maharashtra, Asha Bhosle entered a world already steeped in music. Her father, Lata Mangeshkar, was not just a respected classical vocalist, but also a towering figure whose life revolved around ragas and performances. For young Asha, music was never a hobby or a distant dream, but it was the very fabric of existence. But destiny struck, early and harshly. At just 10 years old, she lost her dad, and with his passing came financial instability that shook the family to its core. The comfort of a structured upbringing vanished overnight, replaced by relentless need to survive. Adolescence didn't bring relief, it brought upheaval. At 14, she made the difficult decision to walk away from an abusive marriage, a move that demanded immense courage in a time when societal norms rarely allowed women such autonomy. With little more than determination, she stepped into Mumbai's unforgiving film industry. The recording studios were competitive, often unwelcoming, and dominated by established voices. Yet, Asha arrived not with privileges, but with resilience burning in her chest. There was no easy entry, no guiding hand to smooth her path, while her elder sister, Lata Mangeshkar's pristine, angelic voice was rapidly becoming the gold standard of playback singing. Asha found herself pushed to margins. Her voice was labeled unconventional, too textured, too bold, too different. For nearly 7 years, she toiled in obscurity, lending her voice to chorus lines, singing songs that often went uncredited, earning just enough to keep going. But beneath that struggle was a fierce refusal to give up. Each rejection sharpened her resolve, each setback quietly fueling a revolution waiting to erupt. When Lata reigned over the realm of purity and melody, Asha began to explore territories that were untouched. She didn't compete, she diverged. Her collaboration with director O.P. Nair marked a turning point. In 1957, Maang Ke Saath Tumhara from Naya Daur showcased a spirit, playful side that felt refreshingly bold. It hinted at a new kind of female voice in Hindi cinema, one that could flirt, tease, and assert itself without hesitation. Then came the seismic shift. In 1966, Piya Tu Ab To Aaja from Karwa exploded onto the scene. Sensual, daring, and unapologetically provocative, the song broke through conservative expectations and redefined what playback singing could embody. Asha didn't just sing songs, she performed it vocally, infusing with breath, rhythm, and character in a way that felt cinematic in itself. It wasn't just popular, it was transformative, dominating charts and reshaping audience sensibilities. Her artistic journey found its most profound expression when she teamed up with R.D. Burman. Their partnership was more than professional, it was alchemical. Together, they created music that felt alive, experimental, and emotionally charged. The 1970s saw an outpouring and unforgettable tracks. Dum Maro Dum from Hare Ram Hare Krishna became an anthem of counterculture, capturing the restless spirit of a generation searching for identity and freedom. Chura Liya Hai Tumne Jo Dil Ko from Yadon Ki Baraat brought a softness, a romantic intimacy that contrasted beautifully with her more rebellious numbers. Over the course of more than 700 songs, the collaboration didn't just produce hits, it created a sonic legacy that continues to resonate across decades. Asha Bhosle's discography is staggering in its scale and diversity. With over 12,000 songs recorded in more than 20 languages, her voice transferred boundaries few artists could even imagine crossing. She moved effortlessly between genres, classical compositions, folk-inspired melodies, Western-influenced tracks, and experimental fusions. In Aaja Meherban from Havra Bridge, she exuded a velvety allure that lingered long after the song ended. In Mera Kuch Saman from Ijazat, she delivered a deeply introspective performance capturing the fragile, painful fragments of a relationship and unraveling. Dil Cheez Kya Hai from Pakiza carried an elegance rooted in classical tradition, while songs rooted in regional folk styles showcased the adaptability and cultural depth. Her ability to evolve with time was nothing short of extraordinary. She embraced classical music with same conviction as she did with pop and global influences. Collaborations with maestros like Shiv Kumar Sharma highlighted her grounding tradition, while 1997 pop album Jana, The Golden Voice, demonstrated her willingness to experiment with contemporary sounds. Even in her later years, she remained relevant and vibrant. At 17, she delivered the electrifying Kajra from Bunty or Bubbly, proving that age had not dimmed her charisma or vocal powers. Recognition follows as it inevitably does for greatness of this magnitude. She was honored with Padma Vibhushan in 1997 and Padma Vibhushan in 2008, among India's highest civilian awards. The Dadasaheb Phalke Award in 2001 acknowledged her unparalleled contribution to Indian cinema, while Maharashtra Bhushan and National Film Awards further cemented her legacy. Yet, beyond the accolades and records, it was the emotional imprint of her voice that truly defined her impact, something stats could never fully capture. Her voice became the identity of countless on-screen characters across generations, from timeless elegance of Madhubala to enigmatic allure of Rekha, from the spirited charm of Dimple Kapadia to the global grace of Aishwarya Rai. Asha Bhosle lent her voice to the women who became cultural icons. She adapted not just to changing music lifestyles, but to changing eras of storytelling. Even in her 80s, she remained connected to emerging platforms, mentoring and collaborating on the projects like Coke Studio, proving that her artistic curiosity never faded. But behind the luminous career was a life marked by profound personal loss and resilience. She endured the devastating loss of her son to suicide in 1982, a tragedy that would have broken many. She also witnessed the struggle and eventual loss of R.D. Burman, her creative partner, to addiction. Yet, though grief and hardship continued to rise, her voice never lost any strength of spirit. She was not just a surviving, she was the one redefining survival. Her independence extended beyond music. She ventured into entrepreneurship, building a successful restaurant chain that reflected her passion for cooking. Through her cookbooks and culinary ventures, she shared another dimension of her personality, one rooted in warmth, creativity, and cultural richness. Asha's Kitchen became more than a brand. It was extension of her identity, blending flavors just as she blended musical styles. April 2026 left behind a silence that feels heavy, almost unfamiliar, and yet a silence filled with echoes. Her songs continue to play not as relics of the past, but as the living, breathing expressions of emotions. In Piya to Ab to Aaja, there is still a thrilling sense of daring. In Dum Maro Dum, the pulse of rebellion continues to beat. Her voice remains a companion to countless moments, celebrations, heartbreaks, journeys, and quiet reflections. Asha didn't follow music tides. She carved the river, the silence temporary, the fire eternal. For more such videos, follow and download Newspoint.